Alright, so let's wait for a few more people to jump on. Alright, so I wasn't going to go live today, but I thought I would. Just regarding, yeah, I've got the same. I live in these hoodies. Just regarding, the stuff that's going on out there, the stuff that's being heard by you guys. Afternoon. There's fear. They're all instilling fear into this digital currency, into this one app that's going to have everything on it. Now, these people are delusional. They are so delusional. I can't explain it. I can't fathom it, how delusional they are. They think that the whole world is against them. They think that every single person is against them. They think that the government is against them. They think the government's going to shut them down. They think that they're going to be kidnapped and sent up into a spaceship somewhere. That was a joke, by the way. Do these people not realise? One, you either have a mortgage or tenancy agreement. Therefore, somebody knows where you live. Two, you have an IP address on your phone, computer, laptop, whatever. They know where you are. Three, you have a bank account. They have your personal details. Four, you are on Facebook. You slag off, you totally put down and slag off Mark Zuckerberg, okay, for using Facebook. Yet this is your main platform. You know, he invented Facebook, and then you're saying that he's a reptile, and you hate him and this, that, and the other. But you're saying this on the platform that he invented, which I really don't understand. Okay, so I don't get where they're coming from with that. The next thing, the majority of these people have driving licenses. All your details are on the driving license. Your date of birth, you will have had to, your address is on your driving license. How many points you've got is on your driving license. So any speeding fines, anything to do with speeding, you've got on your driving license. Okay. If you have been caught speeding, chances are you've got a record somewhere. Stop trying to scare people into one digital currency. Right now, we have digital currency. I'll explain this to you in baby terms. I really don't like cash. Okay? I don't like using it. I don't like it. All right? I'd rather have a card in my pocket. So I make transactions via a card. Okay? My bank. If I haven't got it, can't spend it. That's simple. Now, all this money that's being transferred back and forth is just numbers. There's no proof. There's no real hard cash there. It's just numbers being transferred from one place to another place. Okay? So that's to me, if they said tomorrow, right, we are doing away with all cash, every transaction has to be done via bank transfer. All right, fair enough. Or via tappy, whatever it is. Okay? That's just a transfer of numbers. All right? Until you actually have that cash in your hand, you haven't got it. It's just a number thing. That's how I see. That's my take on this whatever, and it's just moving numbers around. Okay? Yes, the numbers have to be there for you to move them around to start off with. You can't just magic numbers out of thin air. You have to get them from somewhere. Okay? The other thing is Archie's gone live. I was told he was talking about me. But what really, really grinds my coffee, Arch, this is aimed at you, and this is from one man to another. All right? Yes, don't call me out on being a man, for starters. That's number one. Okay? Because that makes you less of a man for doing that. Number two, you are now saying, you've got a look in your eye, you've got a look on your face like you're beaten. Like you don't like what's being said about you. But you threw the gasoline first. You lot are throwing gasoline everywhere. Alright? All these other sites, like you mentioned in your live, a Derp Nation, they're only reporting what you've done. They're not coming up with new stuff. Okay? Derp Nation is a page that I like on Facebook. I do like it. Because it's satire. I didn't know what the word satire meant until I joined this group. It's just jest. It's just mockery. It's just a joke. Okay? But it's you guys that are making yourselves look foolish. Now, here's where you're getting totally confused. Arch and your followers. Nobody is saying you are a fool. Okay? Nobody's saying you are a clown. What we are saying is you are making yourselves look foolish. Listen to how it's said. Listen to the words. There is a difference. Nobody's saying, forgive the term, that you're a knobhead. We are saying that you're being knobhead-like. Nobody's having a personal attack at you. Nobody's saying anything about your appearance. Nobody's calling you out. You're not that special. But what you are doing is you are starting the fire first. You are preaching so much crap. You need to look at the contradictory terms that you're using. You can't call somebody names one minute and then preach the Bible the next. You can't be somebody's friend one minute and then slag them off behind the back. You can't do that. But you are doing. And this isn't just again, I'm not just talking about Arch, I'm talking about all his followers. Alright, I'm talking about everyone that worships him, everyone that bows down to him, everyone that thinks he's got something good to say. Causing more harm than good. Okay? You asked the question in your live, Arch, what has Wayne Fox ever done? The guy's sitting there talking in tongues. Anybody like myself that's not a follower of your agenda, that has something to say against your agenda, that's scary. To see a guy sitting there talking about brothers and sisters, calling everybody else demons. If we were millennials, we'd take that to heart. You can't just call somebody out and say, because you're not on my live and because you're not following us, you are a demon. I'm sorry, but no, that's not right. But then he starts to talk in tongues. Man. You know, you can't do that. That's scary to some people. Because people fear the unknown. But let me ask you this question. You know, Laura, you know, nobody's attacking anybody. The reason that people are against Laura or Laudina is because of what she did to the guy, you know, and I've only read this, so I'm just quoting from what I've seen. Again, I don't know this woman. And I've got nothing against her. I'm sure, take away all the bullshit, she's a nice woman. Alright? As Arch, take away all the bullshit, I'm sure you're alright. As I'm sure, take away all the hibbity-hobbity of Wayne Fox, I'm sure he's alright as well. I'm sure you're all alright. But you can't see what you're doing. And the reason that people are against Laudina is because apparently when she went to the hospital, she told this guy to, you know, they're blaming her for his death. Alright, that's just what I've read. You know, she's telling people to not pay the gas and electric. She's part of the problem that says, take out your gas meters, install another one. It's got nothing to do with the gas meters. It's to do with the supply going into the meter. Where's that supply coming from, is the question. She's telling people to not pay their council tax. You can't do that. And then expect pity from the police, the fire service and your bin men. You can't do that. You've got to look at what you're telling people. Now, if I tell somebody something and I think it's a lot of crap, I'm going to be the first one to call myself out. It's a lot of crap. All right? I'm going to be the first one to say, do you know what? I was wrong. I was totally wrong. I'll tell you what, if when I get to the pearly gates, and it's at that point where I am judged, you talk about judgment and that God sees all and that God will judge you. Look at what you're doing. When I attack somebody, okay, when I attack somebody verbally or mentally, I am attacking the actions of that person, not the person. Like I've just said, I'm sure all these people are okay to a point. But what I'm not okay with, what really grinds me, is that you all seem to think that you can call people out, you can call people bald and fat arms and slag people off personally, but yet when it comes back to you, you don't like it. You shut people down. You don't believe in freedom of speech. You don't believe in freedom of choice. You don't believe in freedom. What you believe in, and this is all the cult people, and I said cult, C-U-L-T, okay? This is all the cult people, which I was part of. And it's only until you break free from that you can actually wake up and see. Now, I don't care how many people are watching right now. I don't care how many people use my videos. I'm not that interested, all right? What I am interested in is if I can affect one person, all right, then that's worthwhile. I'm going to do a video later on. It's going to go straight to YouTube on depression, okay? But what you are doing is you are attacking people personally. What you can't see is that when you are attacked, number one, you started it. Okay? Forgive the playground crap, but you started it. A Derp Nation only reports on what's happened. Not once in any post that I've seen from a Derp Nation have they posted something to basically come out and slag somebody off. They are only posting on what's happened, not what they think is going to happen, because that's something that we are unsure of. The future is 10 seconds from now. You don't know what's going to happen in that time. You're right, Arch. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how long you've got. That's very true. So why not just say, do you know what? Let's practice what we preach. Let's practice peace and love to somebody that's outside of our group. Why don't we practice positivity to people that are outside of our group? It's not a troll site. Again, you guys, Arch, and your cronies were the biggest trolls of my last YouTube channel. I posted my concerns. I posted my opinion. I don't believe I called names in that video. And if I did, then there was probably good reason for it. But it wasn't me attacking you lot, calling you lot all the names under the sun. It was you in particular, Archie Shillman, Jackson, of the Freedom, of the Family, whoever you want to go by these days. You've got so many different names. I don't know if you've got some kind of personality disorder. So when we talk about mental health, you go by all these different names. It's all these pseudonyms, and I don't get it. I do understand that your channel, your page keeps getting closed down, but ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Personally, I don't think some pages are getting closed down. I just think you're changing your pages and making it look like you're being closed down, because nobody out there in the higher ranks cares about your views or anything else. But you've got to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Yes, I, in my past, was a complete arsehole. Okay? I was terrible. I was a great manager, but I was a terrible person. Okay? I have caused so much pain to people in the past, so much hurt to people in the past, that where I am now is probably my penance for that. And I think back to my past every single day, and somebody pops into my head. Doesn't matter who it is, but one person, it's like, you know what, I've treated that person wrong. I treated that person wrong. I'm sorry I did that to that person. And I pay for that every day. But where are these people now? These people are in my life. They're not worrying about me. They're getting on with their lives. It's in my head, it's my messed up mind that's got to deal with this stuff. You know, it's my twisted mentality that's got to deal with this stuff. But I pay a penance every day. There are many things that I've done in the past. There are many things that I should have done in the past that I didn't do or that I have done. And I pay for that every day. Depression is kind of like the kryptonite for me. It's kind of the thing that knocks you. It's kind of the thing that smashes you to pieces. I might even go live with depression actually and just add it to YouTube. But you've got to look at yourself. I'm going to entitle this, Take a Long Hard Look in the Mirror. Alright? This is where you guys have got to, this is what you guys have got to do. Listen to what you're saying. And then think about what you said. This is the problem with you lot, is you don't think about what you said. You just spout. You know, I've done lives before. I've done videos before. You know, I've done karate before, and I've said to people, you know, how was that? Was that all right? I've got self-doubt massively in my head. But I've done lives before, and I come off that live and I thought, do you know what? Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have said that. But if you want peace, Archie, you need to stop what you're doing. You and your people need to stop what they're doing. This isn't a war against you and I. This isn't a war between two people. Because that's not how it should be. You're the one that goes on a Derp Nation, you know, and starts trolling. You're as bad as the trolls themselves, because you are a troll. You're all trolls. Because you go on there and you comment something derogatory. You comment something to cause a reaction. That's trolling. You need to Google the word. It's to say something derogatory to cause a reaction. And that's what you're doing. But you trolled first. When you let me into your little group, and I came out and I said my opinion based on my thoughts on protesting, just only last week or the week before, you were slagging me off. But yet you say that God judges. Yeah, he will do. And he's judging everything that you say. You can't sit there now, unless you're going to say to me, do you know what, James? I'm sorry. I called you bald. I called you fat. I've called you some naughty names. I'm sorry for that. You won't be redeemed for that. You're going to go to the pearly gates and God's going to say, you know, well, he won't, because, you know, it's just little old me. He's going to say, well, why were you badgering people? Why were you, you know, calling people names? I know the saying is sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But you know what? Sometimes names can cut. When you've got health issues, when you know you're a little bit overweight, when you know you're trying and you can't even walk up the stairs without getting out of breath, when you can't lose weight, I struggle. So to call me out on something that I already know, call me bald, this is through choice. But to call me out on something that's personal to me, which is my size, let me tell you something about that. 10 years ago, I was at the peak of my game. I could run rings round anybody. I think I'm still pretty fast now for an old fat guy. All right, I'm the first one to mock my size. But when you can't walk to the top of the stairs without having 2 or 3 breaks, because you can't breathe because of your size, or because you've got COPD, which I do have, when you can't do that, and then you look back on your life and you say, do you know what, look at what I could do. Look at how I was, and now look what I've become. I don't need you to back that up. I don't need to be told by you. I don't need you calling me out on my stupid beard. That's my choice. Mocking how somebody looks, publicly, personally, whatever. Maybe these things are something we can't fix. Maybe I can't fix my way. The doctors have told me I need to, but maybe I can. That's not for you to reinforce. Again, you can't slag someone off 1 minute, call them names 1 minute, and then preach the Bible the next. There is no credibility. But your followers can't see this, and you can't see this. What I'm asking for, Arch, and your friends, is I'm asking you just to take a look at yourselves. I'm no saint. None of us are. None of us are saints. But we try every day to be better than we were yesterday. We try every day to do a little bit more than we did yesterday. But what are you doing? I may have made some quips in my last live about your teeth. Look, if that's offended you, then I'm sorry for that. But let's be honest. All I did is block and counter. You threw the punch first. The verbal punch. And like I said before, the pen is mightier than the sword. Words are worse than physical. And you're the one that wants to step into a ring with me so that you can hurt me. That's not godly. That's where you look foolish. Now listen to what I just said. You look foolish. Not you are a fool, but you look foolish. Yes, I do call you all morons. Because you are causing moronic actions. But I'm sure take all that away, you're not bad people. You're just spouting crap. And people are going to get hurt. But is that your fault? Can you be held accountable? You can and you should, but you won't. Because like I said about all the people that I've thought I've hurt in the past, where are those people now? You will have moved on. The person that you've hurt is hurt. Now, whether that's some kind of trauma that you've caused there, through your words, through your actions, that's one thing. But to want to physically hurt somebody, I question your integrity. I question the biblical side. You're just hurting. You've got so much aggression. And I don't think aggression is godly. I don't think aggression is Christianity. In fact, I don't even know the 7 deadly sins. But somewhere in there is something to do with wrath. Wrath is a deadly sin. Wrath is one of the 7 deadly sins, which you, Bible preachers out there, are committing every single day. I've been listening to some stuff from Tracy of the Family, whoever. All right, now if somebody's called social services on her, then again, don't think it was who you think it is, because it probably wasn't. You're trying to find something that's not there. But you can ask yourself this question. Number one, did they call the social services out of spite? Or did they call the social services out of genuine concern? Now, you lot will choose spite. Somebody a bit more open-minded will just say, do you know what? Maybe it's out of concern. Until, this is the innocent until proven guilty. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But what you guys are doing is, you are proving, for you it's guilty until proven innocent. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. You're all throwing stones, but not one of you is without sin. And again, I'm not preaching here. I don't want to turn this into some sort of Bible studies. But I'm just trying to use things that I know just to come back at you. Just for you to maybe wake up and say, do you know what? But you won't say I'm right. You won't say, oh, he's talked a bit of sense today. You won't say, do you know what? 90% of that video was crap. 10%, oh, I can see that. You won't say that. You won't say that. In some of the videos that I watch, I think, do you know what? 90% of it is crap. But there's a 10% there that I think's all right. Why are you focusing on the 90%? It's how karate works. You focus on the 90% why. 10% how. All right? And that's part of life as well. But look, you know, just take a look at yourselves. As Michael Jackson said, you got to start with the man in the mirror. Sorry to offend any females out there. I'll change it for you. You've got to start with the person in the mirror. In that we've got, you know, trans, males, females, LGBTQ+, whatever you want to be. You've got to start with the person in the mirror. Whoever or whatever you look at on a daily basis. Ask yourself, are you without sin? Have you not done wrong today? We all do something wrong, regular. So just take a look in the mirror, man. I'm not here to cause war. I'm not here to cause, a divide. You're causing it yourselves. I know the amount of groups that have split. I know that some of your friendships have split. And certain people follow certain people. I pity you. I do pity you. I'm sorry your anger and your wrath has got to this point. And in your video that I just watched, you look like you're in a bit of mental pain. So I say this to you. If you ever wanted to chat, dude, and I mean talk, I don't mean have an argument. I mean have a conversation. Then I'm here to listen. I'll listen to anybody. I'll advise anybody. You don't like me, Arch? Frankly, I've got nothing against you as a person. It's your actions that wind me up. And your words. And your major, this is not just for you, Arch, this is for everybody, and your major contradictory terms. Start by looking in the mirror. Okay, I'm going to sign this one off, and I'm probably going to go live with depression. I think I'll do that.